self-isolation can be one of the most helpful things or hurtful things you can do for yourself. As it's like, if you take the time to take a step back from all, social events, from all interactions, and just see what you are doing and just have time to reflect, it's like, it can be a very positive thing. But now there's another side to it where you just kind of cut yourself off, and there's two sides to it. There's a good side and there's a bad side, and I've been on both sides where it's like, whatever we say as good and bad, it's like, if we want to say good as in a way of just kind of reflecting on ourselves, it's like, that is a state of being I am at the moment. If I am to take a step back and just kind of be by myself, that is the time for me to reflect, just think about things, and just kind of see where am I heading. And it could be the same for you. And on the other side, when it's like, you cut yourself off from people, from social activities, from, even yourself at times, where it's like, you're just constantly just overthinking, just thinking of negative thoughts and just things that won't help you. And the longer you stay in that cycle of just dark thoughts, the cycle of just procrastinating, the cycle of, hesitancy, like hesitating, it's like you'll just keep that cycle going, because it's like, you really have to be conscious of how you interact with yourself in that solitude. Because, be honest with yourself, are you just staying by yourself? When you're by yourself, are you doing what you got to do? Are you taking the time to reflect? Are you, refocusing the plan? Or are you just kind of there, just detached from yourself in a way, where it's like, you're just feeling down, feeling as if you can't do anything, you can't accomplish anything. And it's like, really just know that self-isolation is not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. It just is. It's how you go about it that is important. Because the same way I've been in both sides, where it's like, I just kind of sit there, just procrastinate, put everything aside, in the past. Now it's like, if I sit by myself, just in a room, I'm just thinking, just seeing where I'm at, just seeing what I gotta do. Or even just in that moment, I might get an idea and I'll write it down for a video or something. And it's just, realize, when you're by yourself, who are you to yourself? Like, how do you treat yourself? What do you think? And be honest, don't hide nothing back as you are with yourself. This is the time for you to be honest with yourself, as no one is around you. You don't need hours, you don't need, days. You can just take a few moments. Just sit down, just close your eyes if you need to. Just sit there and just kind of think. And now see where your thoughts take you. Because it's like, for me personally, when I am keeping to myself, I, separate myself, as I'm usually by myself a lot, as it's like, if I'm not working, or I'm either playing the guitar, soccer, reading, and it's like, those are, for the most part, things I do by myself. The only exception is soccer, because it's like, that is a team sport, and if I got friends who want to play, it's like, I'll go. But even so, it's like, I'm at the field right now. I'm making this video right before I go training. Like, I got myself here because it's my day off. So it's like, I'm gonna take the opportunity. And, just sitting down at my house, just thinking, it allows me to see, like, where am I heading? Where am I going? Where is the direction I'm heading? Am I doing what I need to do? And it's crucial, it's important, as it's like, if you're just constantly following life, just carefree, it's like, you never truly find out what is for you. You never make the decisions that are right for you. You never just do what you want. or you never see what it is that you want, because you may be grasping at other things that people tell you just to feel sort of fulfillment, and it's like it might not be that, it might not be fulfilling. You just do it just to do it. But when you know and are able to just kind of keep to yourself, like set some time aside for yourself, look in that mirror, you know, just be honest with yourself, like where is the car going? You know, do I gotta change the path? And it's just like, you can also, as you're progressing, as you're moving, it's like you see the distance you've come, you've seen the amount of things you've overcame. It's like, you know, you still gotta go, but it's like you can appreciate where you are now, where you were before, and the journey you're going on. As it's like, the longer you keep doing the things you do, it's like you show a sense of appreciation for who you once were, for the things you've done, for who you are now, and for who you will become. As it's, and I know it's an amazing thing, just being conscious and just being present, just in the moment. Because it's like you realize what keeps you going, you know, what motivates you. And that was a question I was asked a few months ago during an interview. It caught me off guard, because I went into the interview, you know, they're just asking questions, we're just talking, and they asked, what motivates you? And I got stuck for a moment, I won't lie. They're like, where do you see yourself? I didn't have an answer. I didn't. And that's when I knew I just had to kind of self-isolate and just stay to myself for a bit. For not even too long, because it's like, of course, I'm always around people. But like, even so, I'm sorry about that. But it was like, even in that moment, it's like, when he asked me that, I was just there. I'm like, I never thought about it. But now, in that moment of reflection where I didn't get the job, I'll be honest, I did not get it. But I got a new job starting beginning of next month. And it's like, I truly did not have a vision for myself. I had things I wanted to do, right? But I never really just applied myself to it. I never took the steps necessary or realized, you know, what do I need to do this? And do I truly want it? Because I was so caught up in just all these dreams, all these goals, all these ambitions, passions, all these buzzwords, if we want to call them, all these things I wanted to do. But I never did it. I never truly just took the action, took the step. And when that question came about, it's like, it was at a time where I was beginning to do those things. I was beginning to understand more. But in terms of the job and even just life in itself, I didn't know. I had my hobbies, my passions. I was so excited for those. I still am excited for them. But it's like, where do I see myself in 5 years, 5, 10, 15 years? I didn't think about it. But now I know. Now I know on several levels. Because for me, it's creating content, YouTube videos. And I know it's going to be different in the future. I know there's going to be more things being tested out. There's going to be different kinds of things. We're going to have a stronger community. We're going to, you know, constantly grow as we are. It's been, I think, about 2 weeks since we hit 100 subscribers, if you want to say that. 100 dreamers, you know. We're at like 230 last time I checked. Like, that's amazing. Now, I appreciate all the comments you guys leave. Like, genuinely, I take my time. Like, I try and respond to everyone, as I have, because I genuinely appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate the support. And to know that this is helping someone out there, whoever you may be, you know. It's a beautiful thing to know. But even in this, it's like I don't truly feel alone. And I think that was something I talked about once, being like lonely and alone, how we define the words and things like that. But it's like I never felt alone, because it's like the people I keep around me are amazing people. They understand. So it's like if they know like, hey, he's got to do this, it's like they'll know whether or not to ask or something like that. They'll still ask out of the kindness of their heart, but they'll be understanding of like, hey, I still gotta train, I still gotta play the guitar, I still gotta read, I still gotta, you know, do all that. So it's like really just take a look at who you keep in your circle, who you keep in there. It's because it's like, are they draining you of your energy, or are they kind of just creating more of that, you know, go-getter, hustler kind of energy, where it's like you see them achieving their goals and they see you achieving yours, and it's like you only just praise each other, you only compliment each other. And now that's not to say you can't make jokes or nothing, because it's like that's how friendships are. You just make fun of each other. But it's like, where is the intention? You know, is the intention just to kind of belittle you, kind of make your dreams seem less than what they are? Keep those people away from you. Keep those people away from you, I'll be honest. Because it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you in any way to keep that away. They're like a leech in a way, just constantly sucking away your energy, sucking away the life and motivation, that sort of ambition you have. Because they'll keep repeating these negative thoughts, these negative loop patterns, whereas negative thought patterns, where it's like if they can't get out, why should anyone else? Why should anyone try and surpass them in a way where it's like, it's kind of in a way their ego, from what I see it as. It's like, I'm not gonna let you do better than me, because what does that make me? But just know it's like, what kind of friendships do you have? Because that's an important thing too. Who do we keep in our circle? As we are all influenceable. We all can be influenced by the people around us, the family we have. And if that water is poisoned, if, you know, if they are draining you, you have to cut them off. Because if they are not on board with the mission, why keep them around? Why? It doesn't benefit you. And it's selfish to think like that in a way, like it benefits. But that's really what it is, because you want more for yourself. How are you going to allow someone else just to take that away from you in a way where it's like you allow yourself in that situation too? You allow yourself to be around those people. And it's like, it's almost like a disease in a way. It spreads. It just spreads. But when you find the right people, on multiple levels, of course, there's like connection and compatibility and just hobbies and things like that. But I'm talking about in mindset where you're both trying to achieve something more for yourself. That's when it's like an amazing friendship. You guys kind of just work together to improve each other and bring ideas and information to each other to benefit one another. As it's like, when you meet someone like that, it's like you don't want to withhold information. You kind of want to share it. And they'll share it with you. And it's like, you guys grow at a rate, just how does that saying go? 2 minds work better than one. It's kind of like that. Even in a relationship, whether it's with a man or woman, you know, that's something that's important too. You know, who do you have a relationship with? Who are you dating? Who are you seeing like that? And for me, I'm not in a relationship, but it's like when I talk to people, you know, to women, right? It's like that's always something on my mind. If I want to take something serious, it's like, where are they at mentally? Because, you know, for example, I am talking to this girl, right? And it's like, she's just encouraging. She's encouraging as she's doing her own things too. And it's like, in a way, it feels amazing because it's like you got someone by your side who's just gonna stick it out with you, who's gonna, uplift you and encourage you to keep going, even when some days it may seem a little tiring or a little, worrying. They just encourage you. And just know it's like back to just being by yourself. It's like just know who are you when you're alone? Like, who are you? What do you do when you're alone? Because the same way we can have two different cycles and patterns of what we do by ourselves, like that would just repeat. Someone who is constantly just thinking, reorganizing their structure, the plan, they will constantly grow and improve. Then someone who's just procrastinating on his phone, just watching TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, just doing whatever. And it doesn't even have to relate to social media, as it's like, you can be by yourself but learning, using your phone to learn things. So it's like, that's a whole nother topic. That is a whole nother topic. But even like this, even though I'm trying to communicate something to you, it's like, this is where I feel the most at ease, the most calm. Just making this and just kind of explaining my thoughts, as it's like, it's just me just talking. And you shouldn't hate to be alone, but you shouldn't hate to be around people too, as it's like a balance. And when you're really just going for what you want, you have to realize that balance can shift. Like, you may not always be out with your friends, you may not always go out, you may not have the time to, as if you're focused on what you want, you are laser focused, knocking things over, challenges, goals, constantly knocking it over. You may just push aside a lot of the time you have for friends and things like that. Nothing wrong with that. Because you are doing what you want, you intended to do, you set out to do. And I've noticed that with me too. It's like, I can't just go around, just go to any party, go to over there, over this. Like, I can't just be anywhere and everywhere. It's like, where are you putting your attention at? Where's your focus at? Like, I can't do that at this point. I can't. Even now, where it's like, I'd even much rather just create a video, play soccer, play the guitar, like read, and it's different hobbies for you. Obviously, you could just enjoy arts and craft. You could enjoy. You might want to do YouTube. It's like, what do you do? What do you do instead of just constantly doing these activities that don't mean much? What do you do? Because it's one thing to set aside time for yourself, for your own mental health, for your own just relaxation, or even just realign the plan, like kind of figure out, hey, am I still sticking with what I said, with what I want? Do I have to restructure it? Do I have to, reorganize the plan? As it's like, there is time for that too. Just, no, it is not bad to be by yourself, to be in that mode. But just know, having people around with you too, who just has the same kind of mentality as you, is amazing. And I just kind of want to leave it off there, as I don't know. But if you got anything you want to share, I'm always open to reading it. Just kind of trying to understand where you guys are, because Who knows, you could be more along in life than I am, and I can learn something from you. Just as hopefully you can learn something from me, someone out there. But it's all just love out here. It's all love. With that being said, dreamers turning dreams into reality. Love you.